Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. First of all, I just want to say sorry for this lighting. I am outside for this video. And I also want you guys to ignore these background noises. And I just want to get this important message out there for everyone to kind of know and see, learn about. So I'm just going to go ahead and get into the video right now. So as you know, you probably know at least, March 14th, 2018 was the walkout for all schools across the nation, which is nationwide. You were supposed to walk outside silently to honor the 17 who had passed in Parkland, Florida during that shooting incident, and about gun control and gun rights and so forth. Whether you did walk outside or you didn't, it was good to know the meaning behind it and what was going on. At the time, yes, some people went out, and yes, some people didn't. And this is the right of freedom of speech, which is a right that I think is very important in our amendments, and that our founding fathers actually gave us this right to express our freedom of speech, freedom of press, and etc. For some schools, I actually don't agree with the going outside rule, because some schools were not with it, and some schools were against it, just not only for safety reasons, but for other reasons, they can't do that, they can't go out here, blah 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 blah. This could have made room for them to work. They didn't have to walk outside. They could have sat silently for 17 minutes in the hall, and I thought that was really important to express your freedom of speech and your right, your rights and your amendments. So I think that some of the schools that were doing that were limiting our schools. It was limiting each other's schools' rights and freedoms, whether it was safety or whether it was not. Being that there were some people that went outside, and being that there weren't some that didn't, I totally respect everyone's decision. Just the meaning behind it was a truly good thing to witness and protest about. Being able to go outside for 17 minutes and just think about actions, gun control, how we can solve this, and how we can use our freedoms and our rights to help prevent these from happening even more, and help prevent having to do these protests, because having gun control isn't it's a good thing to have gun control, but it's not good to let anyone have a gun. Now, to put things in perspective, I just want to tell you, so for example, take a driver's license and a gun. So a driver's license, you have to go through classes, and you have to get a license, and then you have to pay for a car, which all of that costs large amounts of money. And it takes a long process, and you also have to wait 16 years to get your license and a car. The time period is also the same for guns, but instead you can most gun stores don't really care about the background check, as I've witnessed this firsthand, and they don't really necessarily background check, and even if they were, anyone can do anything these days. Even if you have a clear background check, you can go shoot up a school if you wanted to. And it takes less effort to go get a gun. And you could just say, you can go to the store, or the gun store I should say, and pick yourself out a gun and get a gun. And most guns aren't just for, like, why would you have an AK-47 or like a machine gun for hunting or protection purposes? Like, all you need is a little gun if you wanted to hunt, or if you wanted to do so and so, like protect your family, have it as a guard item. And there are alternatives to hunting and having guard items. There are, for hunting, you could go back to the old times when people did not have guns. You can use spears, you can set booby traps, and so forth. And for protecting your family, you can use things such as a bat or, I don't know, a bow and arrow. But those sorts of things can be resolved without having guns. I also think it's important to have guns for our policemen, firemen, and so forth, to help protect us in these kind of situations. But pedestrians and citizens don't necessarily need guns for any type of reason. And I think that's important to think about when you are owning a gun, and that you should think about what you're doing before you go and buy. And being out in those hallways, I was one of the first people in the 7th grade hallway of my school to walk out of my classroom, because I was in second period as of 10 o'clock a.m. And it made me think a lot about what I was doing, why I was the first person. And when I got outside, I started thinking about these people's lives and how their families were truly affected, and how their friends were affected, and how they themselves passed away because of the person behind the trigger. And I don't think that's necessarily fair to them or their lives. Like, you're going to school to learn, not to fear for your life. And now these students have to live in fear. All of us, not just Parkland, live in fear that this can happen to any one of us at any moment, whether it's at school or not. Like, outside, someone can get an AK-47 or whatnot and try to shoot at me or my house or my animals. Or there are just crazy people out here these days, and you have to watch out, and you have to protect yourself, know how to protect yourself. And we can help Congress pass some of these laws to help, although it doesn't always help. For example, take drugs. Heroin, non-medical marijuana, and cocaine, all of those are illegal, and people somehow still get their hands on it, and they get hands on the plants and the labs and the ingredients and whatever, and people find a way to smoke anything these days. They can do the same thing with a gun. A gun, it's your choice, just like it's your choice to do drugs. It's your choice to shoot that gun, and it's your choice to take those drugs. One hit and you want more. One shoot and you want to do it more, because it's fun. It's fun. It's exciting to see what would happen in a crazy person's eyes. So that's basically all I'm going to say today. I just wanted to address the walkout that happened on March 14th. As of today, this is the recording. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and please take this video into thought and meaning, and please just consider the things that I've said, and I hope you have a good day. Make sure to comment down below if you have your own opinion, or if you have anything that you would like to say about this video, and like this video if you agreed, dislike if you didn't. And thank you guys so much for watching, and peace to you guys.